Alright, lovely. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Should we, explain what we're doing in this one?
Yes.
Yeah, we're doing a post-mortem.
Okay.
Which is a really weird name for it.
Well, I mean,
Okay, so in this episode, we are going to be discussing our previous session, Camping with Cryptids, and possibly discussing future sessions that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about what we did, we're gonna ask Emily some questions, and then we're gonna discuss about what we want to do next.
For those of you who are just tuning out,
We've already kind of gone over a little bit of what we're gonna do next. We've already had a few episodes of the next campaign, but, just to go over it.
Yeah. Question, do you want me to go over my character so we can just jump into it?
Oh yeah, and you can also go over your character when we get to that part.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you haven't played yet.
I think we should discuss Camping with Cryptids first.
Yeah, I agree.
Which I am going to miss it.
Does anyone have any questions, or does Emily want to talk about some stuff first?
I don't know what I would talk about.
Okay, were there any cryptids that you wanted to show that we didn't end up doing?
Oh yeah, I was gonna... Well, eventually I would have liked to show, the Wendigo, and obviously, we would have had to have a Bigfoot episode. That's just the thing.
Yeah.
That's gotta be in there.
Bigfoot!
There's also, there's a lot of the popular ones that we missed, like the Dover Demons. We didn't get to those, but, I wasn't expecting us to get to most of them. I had made this giant map of the U.S., but obviously there were, I was doing one for every state, and I didn't get one for every state. They're obviously, for some reason, in the middle of America, there are no cryptid sightings.
I think there's more of them in the middle of the state than there is on the edges.
No.
Have you seen the Bigfoot equals people?
Oh, yeah.
It's all the cryptid sightings are on the east and the west, even though, it would make sense based off American Gothic to have all the cryptid sightings in the middle. But anyways, obviously we would never be able to do 50 episodes, and...
we could.
I didn't do all popular ones, because I did want to have a few, unheard of cryptids.
I think that was good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Added flavor.
that was just... They're all there, if we want to have the Joneses family ever go on any new vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do a winter break one.
Yeah, every once in a while we should go back to them. I think that would be fun.
Yeah. I left it pretty open. Obviously, they're not always going to stay in California, and even if they did, they would still see cryptids, because it's who they are.
I have a couple questions for Emily, but, do you have any plans for, Jones's rival?
Yes, I did. I don't remember them.
Yeah, because, I was really interested to see, how his fate tags, his destiny tags would come in, and not a lot of them did. I guess the true love one did, because, wife, but...
Wife and daughter.
Wife and
moth daughter.
Moth daughter.
That was a very good scene.
I was gonna say Mother, and then I realized, wait.
No, that's mother.
You know what
Yeah.
I really want freaking Jones to go teach those agents to not be terrible. I want him to, show up at their building, beat a few of them up, and be like, okay, I'm in charge now.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
teach them to be better people.
Oh, yeah, okay, I found my notes on your nemesis. There's literally 3 phrases, and that's it. So, obviously I didn't have much, because I completely forgot you even needed a nemesis.
Oh, I should have reminded you. I was really excited for them to show up.
Yeah. You know what? Your nemesis, I'll make him one of the government agents.
No.
That'd
That
be
makes
perfect.
sense, I guess.
So yeah, any other questions about Monster of the Week?
I had one about the dark sides I had. It only came up once, and I wanted to know.
That's right.
We had a lot of cool character stuff we didn't get to do.
Right, what were the dark sides again?
It was hallucinations, pain, and I think it was mood swings. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you didn't fail a lot of magic rolls, did you? I feel like you nailed those almost every time.
Yeah. And like the major one that you did fail, you used a luck on.
You're always under-leveled in the Powered by the Apocalypse games because you always roll really well.
What is it with just me and failing?
Yeah, Jamie
All
always...
my characters fail everything.
Well, it's because you do a lot of roles that your character isn't suited to, whereas I feel like On Me doesn't do a lot of roles unless it's like, oh, this is the thing that my character is super good at.
That's true.
Yeah, it's also that with just the Powered by the Apocalypse, it's like, it's weird because it's a little harder to fail because there's the mixed success, and that's what I normally get.
Well, no, it's actually easier to fail because in D&D, there's only an automatic fail when you get a 1. You just do badly if you get like a 2 to 6.
Also, D&D, it's a 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
While you could argue that, like, 6-sided dice are a little different.
I would say that in terms of, like, difficult dice systems, D&D is the easiest, then Powered by the Apocalypse, and then Forged by the Dark is the most difficult one, I think.
I mean, have you played a D100 session?
That probably is pretty tough too, huh?
Yeah. Also, because some of the D100 sessions, they have, like, 3 bad luck numbers, where if you hit those, you automatically fail.
That's interesting.
But, of course, it's out of 100, so...
Do we have any other questions? I'm sure we're gonna come up with some more questions for Emily later, and what we wanted to do in, like, camping with cryptids.
Yeah.
Well, Emily mentioned Bigfoot, and that was like my other thing. I was like, Bigfoot.
Angeline was looking forward to Bigfoot.
We all were looking forward to Bigfoot.
I wasn't.
Well, I know Sage wasn't. Sage wasn't looking forward to any of it.
Poor Sage. She did not want to be there.
Yeah, she didn't want to also be hurting them, which apparently her dad didn't get the point of.
Hey, neither did the monsters get the point of, because they kept trying to hurt us. Like, I'm out here, I'm trying to protect y'all. That's unfair. I'm not just going around murdering the wildlife. They always start shit.
Oh my gosh.
Well...
I think our first session was actually really good with the chupacabras. Congratulations on that really good one.
Yeah?
I don't know, I think the Mothman one is my favorite.
The Mothman one is my favorite.
Do you think I should have stuck with you guys killing all of the monsters, or...?
No.
No?
I'm glad that we got to befriend them.
Mothman!
It made my character a little bit less relevant, because I definitely built him to be like this, like, fightery, like, damage-dealing, like, tank. And then we're like, oh no, we're gonna befriend them all. And I'm like, damn. Jones doesn't know how to befriend.
Like, it was really good for the first episode to just kill it, because that's a normal thing that basically all RPGs do. Your thing is to kill the monsters. And then in the second one with the...
That's why I was okay with the chupacabra dying.
Yeah. With the Enfield Horror, it was a huge twist on us. We didn't know how to cope with it, because we're like, wait, what are we doing? We're not killing it? What?
Yeah.
So we struggled a lot with that one. And then with Mothman, it was a little bit easier because we had dealt with the Enfield Horror, so we're like, oh, okay, we don't have to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this was definitely a new session for me as well. Like, trying to actually do a lengthy game for the first time was kind of difficult, so...
Yeah, because you're always doing one-offs.
Yeah.
I really liked the Mothman, how, like Jamie was saying, it was kind of easier because we knew what we were doing.
We all agreed the Mothman was the best episode.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mothman one was so great, but at the same time, it, like, really showed a lot of different aspects. Like, we saw Jones' first instinct is to protect, and you saw Sage get really upset with, like, freaking out the Mothman and all that.
Yeah, and all of us acting under pressure in different ways, where Angeline was, like, trying to think logically, Sage was just going off the top of her head and being super creative, and Jones is just like, must protect family.
And I really liked being able to throw my own hunter in there.
Yeah.
Which the shapeshifter.
Yeah. Is that your OC?
Get out of here with that crap.
But he is genuinely meant to be a hunter. Hence the whole, like, used to be what Sage is kind of thing.
Yeah. It's cool, though, that you changed the meaning of hunter, where usually hunter means you go out and hunt monsters and you kill them, whereas you changed it to be you hunt them and protect them.
Yeah, it's like how Wolverine hunts.
How does Wolverine hunt?
Wolverine wants to hunt just so that he can get up to a deer and pet it.
Yep.
Like, in all of the comics, he's all like, I'm going out hunting, and they're all like, how awful of you to kill an innocent animal, and he's like, I never said anything about killing. And the next scene is just him petting a deer.
That's so good.
I love it. Every time I saw that, I'm like, yes, that is good. Good Logan.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Good Logan content. Need more.
Is that all for talking about camping with cryptids? I guess we can double back later if you want.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, I'll just wrap it up kind of with, I was very proud of that last episode, and I was kind of like, everything was leading up to that last one, just me trying to make it, like, the episode that's both the beginning and the end.
Ooh, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Because it's the end of the small arc of your family vacation, but it's the beginning of your characters accepting their role in the world as hunters.
Yeah, you did a really good job of that, and I can't wait to play more whenever we have just an off day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do that Christmas special in New York. I feel like Sage at the end of all of that, after Mothman, was just like, you know what, screw New York, let's go back home. And then, like, later, they go to New York.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say you guys never made it to New York because that allows me to have a whole lot more stuff on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And explains why, like, you didn't meet anything.
Yeah, she's like, Sage basically was like, I'm tired, let's just go home.
I bet even Angeline was just like, yeah, I'm good on monsters for now. Let's go home and just watch some TV.
Under the excuse of I missed my last show.
I like that Jones is the exact opposite.
He wants to go out and keep hunting?
Yeah, he's like, no, now that he knows, like, they're out there, like, he doesn't feel comfortable. He wants to find those agents, tell them what's for, and, like, get them all in a box within the end of the month.
He's like the opposite of the cryptid, like, they're out there. He's got a picture of an agent, and he's like, they're out there, and it's some man in a suit.
Damn secret agents messing up my lawn. Scaring the nature.
Oh no. Just like in our bedroom, Angeline's wall is just still covered in a whole bunch of monsters and red lines and all that stuff and pins and crazy notes, but your side is the same thing, but only with agents.
Wait. At the end of the episode, it just like it fades out and then it kind of zooms back up in the bedroom, like from over the camera, like lifts up over the bed, and it zooms in on Jones, and he's standing in front of a wall, and he puts up the first note.
No!
And it just says agents in big capital letters.
And it's like the first of many.
Below it is just picture of, like, Will Smith and Men in Black.
And then it cuts to black with ta-da!
So he just has picture, like, he googled secret agents on, like, the internet and printed out a couple pictures.
The epitome of the American family.
It's doing, like, a pan shot of his face up close. And Angeline's just in the back, just like, he's growing up.
Emily, did you just say epitome?
I'm pretty sure that was the wrong word. Epitome.
Epitome. I used to say epitome too, so Emily, I do not blame you. I used to say epitome as well.
It's just every freaking session I learned that one of you two pronounce a word, freaking, like, aliens. Between coyotes, epitome.
Joey will never let me live down coyotes, okay? So, like...
We saw a big sign that said coyote on it, and Riley just pointed at it, looked at me, and said, coyotes.
Okay, I'll be honest, when you're in the middle of DMing a session and you're reading stuff off of a script, like...
I'm sorry.
That's how it's spelled.
Okay. Now, with Camping with Cryptids being laid to rest, so will the coyote memes. We will be done.
No, I think that's gonna be a running gag with
No.
the
There's
show.
gonna be a coyote in New York.
Yes.
We only get to make those jokes in Camping with Cryptids nowhere else.
Alright, that's fair.
Okay.
But that means if we have another Camping with Cryptids episode.
Yeah,
The coyotes will be back. Oh no, it's like the Thanos will be back, but it says the coyotes will be back.
spoilers! Edit it out in post.
Alright. Well, do we want to talk about Eden's Grove, or do we want to talk a little bit about the Warren?
I think, well, the next season is gonna be Eden's Grove, right?
Yes.
So how about you talk a little bit about what you want your next campaign to be, and then we'll do some discussion about, Eden's Grove.
Alright. Yeah, so I'm just gonna say a bit like, this is gonna be something I'm working on writing for the next couple episodes of Eden's Grove while we do that. I'm going to be writing,
It should be season 3.
season 3 of...
This. Like, Camping with Cryptids was season 1.
Oh, each one is a season. I see.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know if I want to wait until Eden's Grove is over to do the Warren.
That's fair.
I might just, like, I'll wait until we're a few episodes in, and then I'll start the Warren.
Yeah.
But it'll still be, like, every once in a while.
Well, it's like how we started Eden's Grove in the middle of Camping with Cryptids.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It would just be, like, they're both running at the same time kind of deal.
Okay.
Yeah, so, like, the Warren, you know the drill. It's a bunch of bunnies. I'm gonna call it the Honey Song.
Yeah.
And the main point of it is that you guys will be able to have as many new characters as you want. So you'll have plenty of room to experiment with characters that you may not normally. I'll be allowing pretty much any kind of character of any alignment. I mean, the nice thing about the Warren is the characters are so simple. They've pretty much got looks, names, and then like 2 or 3 skills, and that's it.
Bunny Jack the Ripper.
Yes.
That's all?
Well, I feel like someone was about to say something, and then...
I just want to play Bunny Jack the Ripper.
Oh yeah, like I was talking about the different characters that you all can play. The character sheets are very simple, so there's not a whole lot of character creation. You can literally make one in like 5 minutes. It's so easy. But yeah, I'm really excited for it because, like you guys pointed out, I have a lot of not loopholes, what's it called? Plot holes in my stories about why things happen and what makes sense to happen. And I feel like having non-humans in a non-human society
That would probably help.
that's very simple will be a little bit more explanatory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you are rabbits.
Plus,
Bunnies.
you've always really been into those stories where it's like animals in the fantasy world doing human-ish stuff.
Because they're really easy. You don't have to worry about a whole lot.
Well, I mean, like, in general, because you always liked the warrior books.
I never read the Warrior books.
Loved those. Those were so good.
I remember you taking so many home and reading them.
I read the comics,
That would have been
and I
it.
read like 2 of them. And I didn't understand what was happening because they were all like in the middle of the plot.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, no. You know what it was? Those books that Mom printed for us.
Those ones, yes.
Yes.
Those ones were the ones that I loved. Not the Warriors, because the Warriors is a teen fiction.
Yeah.
I like the children's fiction, which is like Peter Rabbit, or what is it?
Warriors was not a teen. It was like middle school, the preteen.
It's like middle school. It's like Harry Potter age, you know. But these are like, I love the kids' stories. Tale of Peter Rabbit, The Hare and the Turtle, which all of these, it's the kid stories that the Warren is based off of. It's like the ones that had morals. The Fox and the Sour Grapes, the Crow and the
Scorpion and the Turtle?
Aesop's Fables.
Yeah.
My Bunny Jack the Ripper and Bunny Pope are looking less and less viable.
Yeah, okay, so there's not a whole lot of high society in this world, but like...
Not until I get there and make a high society.
That's what I was gonna say. You can create it for the sake of, like... I'm not gonna say that these social hierarchies are already in the world, but perhaps you have a bunny who's like, this is how it should be, so I am going to become that.
Yeah, maybe we should all get together in a hole somewhere and worship the sun. I don't know. Seems like a good idea to me.
Why would you worship the sun in a hole?
Because it's too powerful.
If anything, you would worship it on the top of a tree.
No, it's kind of like the Aztec Mayan thing of where they worshipped it, but they were also like, and if you don't feed it blood, it will kill us.
Okay. Do they sacrifice baby bunnies?
No.
Oh no! Please.
I'm more interested in moral ambiguity than I am interested in being like, oh no, religion is bad, Aztecs are bad. I'm like more interested in the two extremes of faith and those themes than I am like, ooh no, these people are in a cult and it's creepy and bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Warren, it's gonna be simple. I'm gonna try to keep it very short for each episode.
Yeah.
And I feel like it'd be really fun. I thought about adding some mechanics in, maybe in the second or third episode.
Okay.
Because the first one, I'm going to be running one of the pre-made episodes just to kind of get a feel for the game.
Fair.
And not worry too much about making my own. But then whatever story you make from those, I will carry on into my own. So, because I want this to be, most it's like, the DM has their own story, like Riley.
Mm-hmm.
You've got like this whole world and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
I never freaking rest.
The way I want this to work is I want you guys to create the history of the Warren. I want you to make this one long Silmarillion of the same line and family and
Okay.
Okay.
community of bunnies and how it progresses. So even when you throw in new things like, oh, there's suddenly someone wants to be a priest when there's never been a priest before, that's still something that will fit in the line.
Bunny
Okay.
Pope and Bunny Jack the Ripper are looking more viable.
Yes. They're...
Yes.
Murder bunnies!
You want to be my murder buddy?
I want to be your murder buddy and bunny. I want to be a murder
We
buddy.
should be murder bunnies together.
I'm gonna be a bunny cop then.
You can be my accomplice. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this idea. We just play cops and robbers, but everyone's a rabbit.
Yep.
Our getaway vehicle is a deer.
Oh my gosh.
You'll never take us alive, Jamie.
Yeah, there is actually a move in the game specifically for doing things that bunnies can't. So, you roll, and if you succeed on the roll, you get to make this move that allows you to do the thing that you wanted to do.
Like ride a deer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Tame and enslave a deer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That deer is our car now.
All right, Riley, I'm up for it.
It's like dragon riders or griffin riders in high fantasy stories where it's like, oh, this is the faction of like police officers that ride griffins. It's like, oh no, the deer is here.
Oh my gosh.
The Deer Riders.
I just imagined like a stereotypical princess story where like the prince comes to rescue the princess in the tower and whatever, and like they're bunnies, but like he's riding a deer, and the dragon is just like a Komodo lizard.
Yes.
So the honey song is all about bees. The world is just entirely, everything revolves around bees, and yet you are playing rabbits.
Huh. So like bee farms.
It's like the circle of life. The circle of life, but everything comes back to bees.
That makes sense.
Like, because the bees are like the reason that everyone has fruits. The flowers are there for the bees to make their honey. And like, it's all.
Oh,
it's all
maybe I
these
should make a
different
bee
things.
cult instead of a sun cult.
No, do not make a bee cult.
I think I'm gonna make a bee cult. Is the weird thing.
No.
It's mostly going to take place in a meadow. That's why there's so many bees, and that's why the animals think that everything revolves around bees.
It's so weird. Your mouth keeps making this O shape, but I keep hearing yes. It's so strange. You might need to check your audio. It's so weird.
Bees.
Okay, season 3 is gonna be really good.
Yeah, I think you guys will like this a lot.
Yeah. Speaking of Emily's plans for season 3, do we want to talk about season 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get
Eden's
on to that.
Grove. On me is the one of us that hasn't been in Eden's Grove yet. On me, do you want to go over your character real quick?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
My character's name is Luke Styles. He is a level 1 mundane because, I haven't done anything.
Mm-hmm.
His stats are he has a +2 in charm, a +1 in cool, which I tried so desperately to not have, but they don't have any where you get a -1, besides like only one stat being -1. I tried really hard. Sharp is +1, tough is +0 because he is a gangly boy, like thin, willowy kinda, and his weird is -1.
Oh, sweet child.
He's a soft boy.
They're gonna eat you alive.
Probably.
Do you have like a backup character?
No, I'm just gonna wing it so hardcore.
Okay, that's fair.
The inventory I have is a baseball bat, which has 2 harm, innocuous, and messy. And I have a multi-tool, which is 1 harm, hand range, useful, and small. And then the only useful thing that I have is a motorcycle.
Nice.
And I was this close to giving him a skateboard. You can ask Riley.
The funny thing is there's a biker gang in Eden's Grove, and people are going to mistake Luke for a member of it, and Luke is definitely not.
Oh no.
No, he is soft. Like, he looks punk on the outside. He has like the dyed like blue hair. He wears the leather gloves. He has like the flannel and all that. He ran away from like harmless creatures.
Oh. The Fresno Nightcrawlers.
Yeah, he ran away from those.
Yeah.
He's terrified of those.
I think that's going to be your introductory scene, is you're going to be being chased through the streets by Fresno Nightcrawlers, and that's how you enter Eden's Grove.
I'm so hyped for that. I love that idea so much.
I love their character sheet. And the character sheet I made for them.
I just really love this character, and I'm super excited to bring him in.
Sounds fun.
Oh, I'm actually gonna something that I've been thinking about for Sheena is I want to change her a little bit. 'Cause I need to stop playing Sheena like a sexy woman. I need to get her out of that dress. She's no longer gonna be wearing a sexy red dress. 'Cause that's dumb. She's a witch. Why would she have a sexy red dress? She lives in the woods.
Oh, are you gonna freaking witch it up?
Yes, I'm witching it up.
Yeah, okay,
Nice.
I'm down. This is nice.
Oh yeah, I should say my plans for Finley.
Yeah, I actually have a section I have planned for that, actually.
What?
I want you all to talk about your characters in a later section. Like, I'm gonna talk to you about what, like, the arc for your characters in a moment. I wanted me to introduce her character real quick.
Can I say my moves?
Yeah, go over your moves real quick.
Okay, so Riley described this class to me as what if damsel in distress was a superpower?
Yeah, that is the thing I did.
Yeah, and that's what drew me towards it. And so I picked the moves. 1, panic button. When you try to escape, say the route you'll take and roll +sharp. On a 10+, you're out of trouble, no problem. On a 7 to 9, you can go, but it will cost you. Something is left behind or worse, something comes with you. On a 6 or below, you're caught halfway out. The second one is called Trust Me. When you tell a normal person the truth to keep them from danger, roll +charm. On a 10+, they do what you say, no questions asked. On a 7 to 9, they do it, but also do one of the options below. On a 6 or below, they don't believe you and think you're maybe dangerous. For the 7 to 9, they ask a hard question, they stay a while, or they'll have a better idea. And my favorite name, all the names for this class were really good, and they were so good, but my favorite name is What Could Go Wrong? Whenever you charge into immediate danger without hedging your bets, gain +2. You may spend your hold to inflict +1 harm, reduce someone's harm by 1, or take +2 to act under pressure. Basically, if I just rush in there without a care, that's what I do. And it's
Nice.
I'm so excited to play him. You have no idea.
Yeah, so, like, this is definitely Velma and Scooby-Doo, right? Like, Velma's thing is that she always would wander off, and this would inevitably lead her to find the secret passageway and the monster first. But, like, because she was captured momentarily, or she accidentally, like, fell through the secret door or whatever, like, that always lets them win, or, like, gives them the upper hand. And I really dig that idea of like that character who just entirely utilizes the Scooby-Doo skill set of like, I'm just some rando that's really good at getting in trouble, and that motivates everyone to help me because they don't want me to die.
We all know Finley's probably gonna be the one to die.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I mean, Finley did die.
Finley is like a tank,
Yeah.
but not a tank. They're like they can't die during a fight, but they will so die once the fight is over.
Cut to our last session where Finley's just shooting a water gun at the monster.
Yeah, that did not work out
Still need
super
to listen,
well.
so that's what this whole this week's coming up.
You need to listen to it. It's very good. I seduced a priest.
You did! You seduced 2 priests!
I seduced 2? Did I seduce Raphael?
You did! That was the whole bit!
I didn't know I seduced Raphael.
The whole bit was you were flirting with every priest in that room.
I didn't know I seduced Raphael, though. I thought he didn't like it.
He doesn't like it, but also he's like...
He's into it.
He's kind of immature and like has a crush on you and doesn't know how to handle it. Because he's a sweet baby boy.
Yeah.
And he's now wandering the woods, murdering things, and maybe you should look into that? I don't know.
Since I want to change kind of the personality, though, is that gonna stay?
Yeah.
Okay, so all my actions I did as a sexy woman is gonna stay.
Yes.
Well, maybe your character is still good at flirting, but
yeah,
just...
you are a Jorogumo after all.
No, yeah.
I think just after seeing what she did and like the awkwardness of having to deal with those priests, she decides to dial it down.
Probably.
Yeah. So like, what I wanted to do after on me, I wanted you to talk about like, do you have any character arcs or like stuff you wanted to like talk about with your character, or like, do you have any plans or narrative focus that you would like to do? Like, do you have themes you want to do with your character?
Are you talking to me or everyone else?
Yeah, on me. You first, and then we'll move on.
I don't think I want to kind of, again, I'm going to wing it with Luke because I just know that I want to go with the whole, I'm a human who has no idea what's going on, but everything is terrifying.
Yeah.
And that's like my whole thing. I was like super excited about that. I've been super excited to play this character for so long.
I'm okay, yeah. But I'll need to come up with some very reasonable explanations for, why you continuously put yourself in danger.
Small boy must protect.
Small boy must protect.
He's too curious for his own good.
Oh, that's what we should change our group chat to, the Luke Protection Squad.
I like Eden's Eden. It makes no sense at all.
Yeah, I saw that, and I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, I didn't see you named it that until later. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is very good. Okay. So, Jamie, since you've already talked a little bit about, like, the changes you want to make to your character, so you wanna lean less away from the seductive asshole, which is your go-to trope.
Yeah, I need to stop.
You do need to maybe stop. And you want to do you want to witch it up? Is there like a direction you want your character to go, or?
Well, you said that, I remember you talking a little bit about what using magic potions and stuff would be like, but do you remember what you said? Because I don't.
It would basically be similar to the use magic and use big magic moves.
Okay. Because I was thinking Sheena could use more actual magic because she is still a witch, and more potions and stuff.
Well, like, here's the thing that we've decided about those moves in Eden's Grove is, like, the thing I can say about that move, which I think is really cool in the book, is you can say, this requires components, or this, requires a wand and stuff, like...
Yeah, because she is a potion-oriented witch.
Yeah. So, like, Luke can't go, oh, I actually want to throw a fireball right now. Because, like... Oh no, you're not inherently magic, and you don't have the stuff to make a fireball, so you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
People can't just like hope really hard and throw fire.
No.
So like I will definitely have stuff for you to collect in the game.
Yeah. Other than that, I think personality-wise, I'm just gonna tone it down, and what is it? Character-wise, like details and stuff. She's gonna stop wearing the skinny red dress. I'm gonna put her in more of a kind of foresty dress. She still needs to wear a dress because, turning into spider legs, she needs the space.
Yeah.
Something I also realized that's kind of character important for her, but also TMI, she does not wear pants or underwear.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess she wouldn't.
She would not. Okay.
Because spider bits.
Yeah, I just realized that.
I think no. I want to challenge that because I feel like that'd be super uncomfortable or cold. And secondly, there's gotta be a spell for that, right?
No, because if she wore underwear, it would just tear whenever she turned her
I
legs
know
into
there's
spider
gotta be
legs.
like a spell for like replacing that or like clothes that meld in with you. I feel like there's.
No.
I feel like no. I think
Because then I would have her wearing pants, but I don't want her to wear pants. That's what I've done narratively.
Okay, so you have just decided.
You can do the Hulk route and go with super stretchy spandex.
That won't work. She has a giant spider body.
Yeah, like the whole.
I just maybe want you to think about the impracticality of that and how that problem can be solved with magic. But
I mean, I'd argue that it's not so impractical and that she does have a good point. But like,
yeah, I guess so.
Riley, actually not wearing underwear would be more practical if she's like, I can change half my body into a spider.
It's not that hard to make transforming clothes in this world, I imagine. We've already seen characters with transforming clothes.
Not to spider bodies.
Yeah, it's spider bone.
So?
That's a huge different autonomy than like wolf related or like.
Okay, the thing is, how I imagine it is how she transforms is her legs fuse together into the main body and the legs sprout out from that.
Oh.
So with underwear, that won't really work.
This is okay, yeah, I guess so. This is a weird topic.
You don't expect a centaur to wear underwear.
I do if they're sometimes pretending to be a person. Anyway, so do you have any tropes or character arc you want to explore with your character? Like, is there a direction or a thing you want me to include? Because the thing about Eden's Grove is it's very open-ended, so I would like to do my best to include a lot of character-specific missions and, like, stuff in the world for you guys to interact with, because I would like to have those moments.
Yeah. I think to do that, I would have to figure out what Sheena's goal is, which I have not actually decided yet. Because she doesn't really want to go back to being a normal witch and with a pet spider.
Yeah,
so
fair.
That's not her goal.
Well, yeah, just think about it. You don't have to have it right now. I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to maybe, like, pose a question to you guys like that. Emily, do you have an idea for what you want, a direction you want to take Finley? Is there a plot you want to do?
Well, Finley's whole thing is, like, they lost their parents and their aunt.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to have them, like, be found or anything. Or...
I don't necessarily think... I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but, like, I have the answer to that question.
And also, just the fact that we aren't in Ireland anymore kind of makes it a little difficult.
Not really, because I have an answer for that, too. But, anyway,
Alright, then.
Yeah, Eden's Grove is maybe a little bit weird and, full of mystery.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a dangerous place to live. It's that bit in Brooklyn Nine-Nine of he's like, I've put a thumbtack on this map of where every time there was a crime, and the entire map is covered in thumbtacks. He's like, this place is so dangerous, no one should live here. I imagine Hercules doing that with a map of Eden's Grove.
Oh, something that, not really just for Sheena, but for all of us in general, that
that's
I would
also a thing.
Yeah, that I would like narratively to happen and go over and stuff, is the having to decide between do we go with Nerd Boy or Barista? I forget all their names.
So one of the main things was, do you side with Henry or do you side with Carmilla? Carmilla is the bartender and is very much like she uses her bar as headquarters for all the hunters because kind of to make money, but also we know she does not care about bartending. She's mostly doing it entirely out of self-interest, and so she can like control, like the hunters in a way. She wants to like keep in mind their plans and kind of control that, because she doesn't believe that all the monsters should be killed, or that people should be interacting, or like people should be digging into the town. She's very much stay in your lane and only kill the stuff that bothers you. And Henry is the exact Henry is the exact opposite on that spectrum of, he's like, no, investigate everything, solve all the mysteries, kill all the things, and solve this damn puzzle of a town.
So that's something that, actually, I think that's something that Sheena would be interested in, narratively, because I personally would go with Henry, because that's more interesting to me, and also I love my small boy, my small nerd boy, but
He's very good.
I think Sheena might be leaning more towards Carmilla.
What does Carmilla want again?
Carmilla is the bartender that I just talked about.
Carmilla wants to leave the monsters well enough alone unless they're harming someone.
Yeah. Not just monsters, but also the town and the mystery.
Yeah.
She is very happy with the way things are, and she wants to kind of maintain the status quo and her situation and like her plans, whereas Henry is very much like out there getting up to shit. He's kind of the Dennis the Menace of the town in a way.
That is actually a good question to ask, because part of the thing I wrote for Luke is that he's terrified of all this stuff. He'd rather like, oh my gosh, this is all scary, I'd rather leave it alone, please don't come near me, but at the same time, he's so curious, and that's what keeps him in.
Yeah, and also there are two kinds of fear, right? There's the fear of, oh, this is scary and dangerous, I do not wish to interact with it anymore, and there's also the, oh, this is scary and dangerous, I need to make sure it stops.
It's kind of a both thing.
And you can maybe move between those two things. And like a thing I would like to like say is, Carmilla and Henry aren't the only two factions in the world. Like, they aren't the only two opposing ideas. And also, y'all don't need to agree. I think it's more interesting if y'all side with different people. Like, y'all even haven't talked to Van Helsing, and there's even more characters that you haven't even met yet.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that out of all the creatures, Luke would probably be most interested in the werewolves, just because I'm gonna say he's a huge Harry Potter nerd and thinks of them as like Remus Lupin.
Yeah, you haven't watched the episode, so you don't know what the werewolves are doing, huh?
I mean, we don't know them either, because we only like talked to one once, and that was
you only talked to one once. I mean, you know where they live, though, is the thing.
Yeah,
like the weird
pretty
thing.
Chill.
They seem pretty chill.
Riley just told me they're like bros. They're like chill bros.
Yeah.
They're just like some dudes.
I have a question, though.
Yeah, go for it, Thug.
Narratively, how would you do if we all sided with Carmilla? How would that work out as an interesting narrative story?
Or if we didn't all side, like...
Well, no, that would be interesting. But like, if we did side with Carmilla, what would we be doing? She wants us to just lay back and not do much.
Well, the way I would handle it is you get a lot more scenes of Carmilla, and you get a lot more interaction with Carmilla. Like, if you were like, oh no, ride or die with the Red Wine Lounge, then Carmilla's like, sick, guess who's queen of the Red Wine Lounge? And so, like, that becomes a lot more of her being like, hey, you don't look into this, don't bother, this is fine. And maybe you should kill these hunters because they've been snooping around.
Okay.
Or, like, hey, you need to kill this monster because it's bothering people, but also, hey, don't kill that monster, we're cool. I've set up a system with that guy. They owe me $20, don't kill them. And, and then there's also fights with opposing hunters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting ways it can go, for, like, no matter who you side with. And like I said, this is the first time I'm experimenting with an open world campaign. So, like, I have set up Eden's Grove, and I've filled Eden's Grove with monsters, and I just expanded the roster last week, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Because I wanted more Japanese and more fairy monsters to interact with, because the players that have chosen, like, the culture and the monster that have influenced them has told me, like, oh, these are the monsters I should put in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I had to add a lot more fairies and a lot more Japanese, like, yokai and stuff like that.
Yeah. Where is Luke? Where's Luke from?
I was generally gonna say like either like Canada or America, just straight up like.
Okay.
Based on our talks about Luke and like his stuff, I'm gonna say like the monster culture that we're going to be focusing on with him, or that he brings to the table, are gonna be cryptids.
Yeah, I bring cryptids.
Look at this well-rounded group of he, they, she that we have.
It's gonna be wild. But yeah, so like, just a reminder of how it's gonna work. You are all gonna meet. You are gonna be like a cohesive unit of hunters. And the town is full of mysteries, and you are welcome to, like, depending on where you go, you'll uncover different mysteries, and you are welcome to examine any mystery and go after any monster you want, and that will determine how that goes.
Oh yeah, I had a question about that. So,
go for it.
Did the last episodes actually happen?
Yes, they did. They are canon.
So that means that our characters are already, like, settled in the town.
Yes.
When Onmei's comes in.
Yeah, Spring-Heeled Jack is on the dead list, and also I have a dead list.
What?
Oh my, no.
To influence,
Wow.
like, based on what monsters you kill, it's gonna change stuff in the world, which I'm really excited about.
Y'all killed Spring-Heeled Jack already?
Yeah, that was the first monster they ran into, and they just decided, yo, screw this guy.
I mean, he said screw these two people in particular first.
Y'all bothered him. He was just hanging out.
We were walking through a forest and he hit us.
Maybe roll better, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, we did fail that entrance roll into the forest, and that's why.
Yeah, on me, you should listen to the last 2 episodes, because it establishes the characters and the town pretty well, it sets up several mysteries, and they kill Spring-Heeled Jack.
I'm really upset about that now. Oh my god.
You need to see Raphael. He's such a good boy.
Yeah, so that's also another consequence, right? Is, like, you've bonded with Hercules, and you've set up a couple mysteries, and also Raphael is wandering the woods covered in blood, freaking killing stuff.
What the hell did you do?
Don't worry about it, Onmi.
She ruined a young boy.
We didn't do anything. He volunteered to do. Well, no, he was told by the other angel to do that, but he volunteered to go back out into the forest and kill more demons.
He said he wanted to, and y'all didn't stop him. You let him do that.
I'm gonna be very interested in the Luke dynamic, especially considering you guys are already settled in, and he's just gonna be riding into town on a motorcycle screaming.
I definitely. So yeah, I've been trying to think of also a rival system for this.
Oh yeah?
Because in the Sprawl, I like our private session, I have a system set up of where everyone has an arch nemesis, and based on how roles work and like the story, people's various arch nemesises show up and like complicate things. And I want it to feel a little bit like Bloodborne, and I don't know if this is a reference y'all will get, but I want it to feel like Bloodborne, of when you're wandering through the city and the streets and you're killing monsters, and you come into an alleyway and there's just another hunter there, like, doing their thing, and it's like, oh, maybe I need to kill this guy, or you're gonna fight over prey, or you're gonna fight to the death, or maybe they'll help you. So, like, there are monsters in the world, and also there are other hunters you can interact with that are maybe gonna be jerks and maybe going to be nice.
And Riley.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna try to film more often, because I feel like Luke, since he's in this, is gonna do a lot of things just off the top of his head.
What do you mean you're gonna try to fail more?
I mean, a lot of interesting stuff happens when Luke fails rolls, right? Because
That's true.
he's like, the thing about the class that Luke is, the mundane, is that he's just so damn tasty to monsters. So when he fails rolls, like, monsters, like, abandon their secrecy and their hiding spot to kidnap, and they do the King Kong thing of they, like, swipe up Luke and they climb up the nearest tower, and, like, that makes things really interesting, right?
On me, I'm so glad you chose this character, because this is what I wanted to do before I thought of Sheena.
I mean, all you have to do to fail rolls is just to roll more often, because that's more likely to make you fail.
That I roll a lot.
Yeah, and also roll at stuff you're not necessarily good at.
Yeah, exactly.
Like me. Always. 24/7.
Yeah.
Every roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet Jamie.
Luke's just gonna be like, I don't know what I'm doing! Someone help me! Dear God!
Oh, another thing. Then I don't know how much this is gonna come up, but I have another people playing this campaign and in the world. And they probably won't show up on screen ever, but their actions in the world will. So depending on how often they play Eden's Grove, stuff is going to change.
Riley, that's the one where Dionysus Kid comes up from McDonald's, right?
Yes.
Yes!
Like you might come back and like, oh no, like you go to Henry's house and Henry is fudging dead.
No!
Because the other party killed Henry.
I mean, narratively, that makes for a really interesting mystery story. I think also it'd be interesting if we could get the Wests on this show for
if they wanted
later.
to.
Yeah, like after a while of playing.
I was thinking of doing that for the Warren, because the characters are so short anyways. They don't last in the story. So anyone could just come in and play.
I really like Justin's character, and I think it would be really fun if he interacted with y'all's team.
Oh God. Yeah, Justin told me about his character.
He's a riot.
But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't know why I have to do these dual mission things. In our in Bypass System, our private session, y'all, the clocks got advanced by the other team. The West played his game, and they advanced some clocks. And I'm like, my favorite thing about this is that the entire June agency shares, like, the same shit list. So, like, if Team A gets Company B mad at them, like, Team B is also going to suffer from that, which, and that's also going to be true for Eden's Grove. I mean, to a less sense, because you aren't on the same team and you're not working for the same people, but, like, you might come back and buildings might just be gone. I don't know. It'll be fun to find out. And I do have a plot and an end game scheduled for this.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
Like, the second I thought up of Eden's Grove, I knew how Eden's Grove was going to end.
Wow.
And so, like, y'all, this isn't just open world, like, you're gonna wander around killing people and messing up this nice city. There is definitely going to be an end goal that y'all are gonna start working towards. And
That's really cool.
And how quickly you achieve that and how quickly this season goes by is how much you investigate the mysteries that lead to, the finale.
Makes sense.
Yes.
So I think that's all my talking points for Eden's Grove.
I'm later gonna learn what the biker gang is.
Oh, yeah, let me look up what they're called real quick, because they have a really doofy name and I like them a lot.
Because I just know Luke's gonna get mistaken a lot, and the boys know.
They use restaurants as code names.
Denny's!
They are not the Denny's Monster. The Denny's Monster is something else.
The Applebee's.
The Applebee's gang.
Someone is named Red Robin, but I don't know if we have an Applebee's yet.
Bees?
The Bees. Let me find it real quick. Gosh darn. So right now, the biker gang is just called The Sect.
They need a cooler name.
Yeah.
I didn't get to name them.
What? Oh.
They were introduced by another player. But yeah, like, I think it would be cool if you ran into some of the magical biker gang that goes around town and uses restaurants as their cool code names because they think they're neat and they're really not.
I am very excited for all of this.
Yeah, Eden's Grove is
great.
dope.
I've been wanting to play Luke ever since Riley had me make the character. And so, finally, my time has come.
Sheena's been very excited to adopt this boy that she's never met.
Sheena gonna try to eat him?
Sheena isn't going to try, but Sheena might.
You look very tasty.
The thing is, if Sheena is ever left alone with a character, Sheena's going to try to eat them.
I almost ate Finley.
That is true. You almost ate a dying Finley.
Yeah.
So maybe don't leave Jamie ever alone ever.
Yeah.
Jamie needs 2 babysitters at all times.
Don't leave Sheena alone with Luke. That's not gonna end well.
That will end so badly. That's like the perfect storm of like the monster that wants to eat humans and the most appetizing human in town.
It's gonna be like he's super scared and he's like going to like he needs comfort. So Sheena's like, "Oh, you sweet boy," and like pulls him close. It's like it's a comforting hug and it's like all nice, and then just silence for a little bit and then you smell really good.
Let me go.
The more awkward it gets, the better. Oh, I kind of have an idea of what causes your like damsel in distress powers.
Oh God.
Like I have a reason for why all the monsters are like that one.
Oh no.
But we'll get into it in play. I don't want to spoil anything past
Okay.
what I already have because I can't keep my mouth shut about my own stuff. Damn it.
You spoiled a character in both sessions and I had to edit it out in post. Nobody say anything.
Jamie and I know, but Omni doesn't.
Good.
Emily, you put it together?
No, you literally said it in our second session.
Oh, gosh darn. Okay. I feel bad.
Yeah, I heard they just mentioned that you guys figured it out, but Jamie did not say anything to me.
Yeah.
I don't remember too much from it though.
I
so,
wasn't.
like,
I didn't want to spoil that character. It was going to be like a mystery to figure out that whole thing. And then I was looking at their character sheet.
Okay, all I remember is the name.
Yeah. And I was looking at their character sheet and I accidentally said their real name and everyone was just like, "Wait, what?" I was like,
I mean,
damn it.
I was excited about it when you did the accidental reveal because I was actually like internally calling it, so I was very happy that I got it right.
I'm so mad. Like I need to not look at that character sheet when I talk about that character or I'm going to freaking read their name and just say it again and I'm like feel like an idiot. Which sucks cuz all of the characters I've come up with have spoilers and secrets. And I like to look at their sheets so I know what their deal is.
So yeah, I wanted to ask another thing about, like, are you guys okay if I bring in random people to do occasional one-offs with not one-offs, but occasional guest starring in the Warren?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I have a couple friends at school who might like to join, but I just want to make sure you guys are okay with it.
Yeah, I'm down, I guess.
Cool. And I'll make sure that it's just for, like, the one session, so it's not too weird that they're constantly joining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to all of these things.
Yeah, okay. So, I actually have a cutscene for y'all.
Okay.
So, I wanted to get y'all excited for Eden's Grove, so I have some Eden's Grove hype for you.
Can you stop making noises?
I'm getting in my freaking narration pose. I'm sorry. I'm getting ready.
Wow.
Okay. All right. We see Eden's Grove, and we see it in several slowly transitioning images. We see a man bent and warped in strange and impossible angles walking down the street, and as he does, you see the trees bend and crack to suit his needs. We see a book being levitated in the air, and the pages slowly being turned by a force that we cannot see, and then we cut up over the lake near Eden's Grove, and we see a fishing vessel be pulled underwater by 2 sets of green scaly hands. We cut to the woods, and we see Raphael. He is walking through the woods. He still has blood on his otherwise immaculate priest outfit, and we see above him, watching him, a young boy with leaves stuck in his hair and twisting ram horns, watching him and smiling. We see across town, driving down the street, a carriage being driven by a headless figure in Renaissance clothing. And we also see a large wolf-like bear creature following it loyally. And then we cut up and we see the entirety of Eden's Grove, and we see it just kind of flicker and blink, and there's just the woods and the silence, and then it blinks back and the lights are all off, and then they slowly start to come on one by one. And that'll be all until next time we play Eden's Grove.